Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. It is June 14th, 7:39 p.m. And I just wanted to make a quick video on the short that I had today on IAG. I'm going to keep this to 5 minutes. So, you could follow me on Twitter. I have a watchotrade. And every day I post my watch list to Twitter. And I said yesterday that this was my watch list for today, and I said Hertz and IAG was gonna present shorting opportunities, and I thought this was gonna the opportunity was gonna happen exactly at the open. They were a little after the open, but there were some great opportunities with both. And I was long on DDD and UAA. They kind of sold off, and then like towards the afternoon bounced. But I just want to talk about IAG. All right, and talk about my shorting strategy and why I'm so big on shorting, where people are just missing opportunities because they don't understand. So, this is my watch list for tomorrow. You'll be able to see it. I posted it to Twitter already. And what I generally do is look for stocks that hold their highs. So let me just put the 5-day, 5-minute chart on IAG. Now, why did I expect IAG to pull back? Because if you look at the 5-day chart, this stock was at like 493. 5 days ago, and over the last couple of days, it's gapped up a little bit, but not too much. But then it had this huge spike, right? Yesterday it opened up at let's see, it opened at at about 511, and then it sold off at the morning, and it kind of bottomed out at like the low was at 505, and then it spiked all day. And it closed, and if you look at this, it closed, and then after hours even went up yesterday. It was at like 555. So very simple. When a stock gaps up, you're gonna get a pullback. Now you don't know how much of a pullback you're gonna get. You're gonna get a pullback, and then sometimes you get a continuation up. Sometimes you get a pullback all day. And look what happened here on IAG. It at the open, and let me put the 1-minute chart because this is what I like to use at the open. I look at the 1-minute here and the 5-minute here. So if you look at the 1-minute at the open, the stock stops ripping, right? At the open. Now, I kind of froze. I just watched it. I should have bought because it looked good. But what concerned me immediately was as it started moving, you see the RSI was hot. So when an RSI is over 70, you're going to get some sort of pullback, right? But it was bullish. You see pre-market, the MACD rolled over, the green rolled over the red, and you had a lot of spacing, which bullish. So the move started pre-market, but by the time the market opened, it was hot, and I was just waiting for my opportunity short because I knew that there was going to be a substantial pullback, and the more it gapped up, the more I knew the pullback was going to occur. So it's hard to tell here, but you get this indecision doji, and it's kind of sort of a micro pullback, but you see that the actual stock is above. This is the 90 EMA, this is VWAP, this is the 20. It never kind of pulls back to the 90 EMA, and I like to enter a stock when it pulls back to the 90 EMA. And then this is considered sort of a pullback, but I would have been afraid to enter because there was no pullback to the 9 EMA. Usually I like to see a pullback, like a bull flag pullback to the 9 EMA, and then a push, a continuation. But there was none of that. I don't ever recommend anybody chase a stock. But let's say you decide to chase a stock because you saw something like this and you say, I'm going to get in. Always use a trend line. So make sure you have a trend so that as long as the stock is in front of the trend, you stay in. That's only if you chase, but I don't recommend chasing. But what I did do was wait for that reversal. So I see the MACD is curling up, and I see the doji. And then what's great about Thinkorswim is that you get the high of day bubble. And I always have time of sales here, so I see the sales prints coming in. I have level 2 here, and then all I did was I saw the high of day here. So what I always do is I put my little trend line, right? So here's my high of day, and then I notice the volume bars coming in, the selling pressure started coming in. So all this, you just see buying, and you see very little selling here, but there's more buys than sells. And they're going to start taking profit, and you see the MACD kind of curling down, and then all of a sudden I see the selling pressure. So as soon as I saw this reverse and right in this candle, this is where I shorted. So I shorted here in the 568 range, and it's very simple short because all you do is once you see the return happening, you short on the first lower high, risking the high of day. That was simple. I took a 5,000 share short position, and I just shorted this bad boy all the way down, and I just watched it basically just collapse. And here you had another shorting opportunity. Right here, bounced on the lower high right here. So if you had missed that second entry, you could have shorted it right here on this lower high, risking the 569. There was a lot of entries going short, you know, and then I just continued to watch this go. So each time it formed a lower high, here, okay, then it gaps up, but it forms a lower high. You know, it's a higher low, but it's still way below the lower high of here. So, you know, these are all short entries, and, you know, just kind of consolidates here, and then it just continues to collapse. So I just literally watched this collapse, and, you know, all day, where it just kept going down, it spiked. But right here, now you're going to get more accelerated selling pressure, because this is the previous day's close price of 543, and that accelerates the selling pressure, and you see it never even gets to it, and it just continues to collapse. So I just literally watched this go down all day long, and I covered right into the right in here in the 503 mark. I think it was where I covered my shares. All right, but then this thing continued to collapse. Right now it's low, it's 480. It'll probably continue to collapse tomorrow. Maybe it'll bounce. So, you know, I had a very nice profit today. You know, made a few $1,000, and you know, it was a very simple short. Very simple short. My recorder is acting up. So it was a very simple short, and that was my trade today. So that's why I love shorting, guys. So these are the stocks on my watch list for tomorrow. Okay, if you just look for stocks that are really overextended, you're gonna get a pullback, and if the shares are available to short, you short into the pullbacks. That's simple. All right, so I hope you found this useful. Have a great evening, folks.